with your girl, Miss Trey That Gym and
KGOLD.
Period. What we're gonna do today is we're gonna do a story time. Well, we're gonna do two for y'all this week. This story time is gonna be about our first times. Listen. So, you want me to go first? Or you want to go first?
You can go first.
Okay. I'm gonna go first.
I think I need a little liquid courage.
Okay, so basically, oh yeah, get your cocktails. Cause this one is it's a Friday night, and guess what? This is time to have you a cocktail and just sit back and listen to our stories. Okay? Jog your memory. So, this here is your mama telling you, I know you're not gonna sing that song. That's basically what we about to be talking about now. Okay? So, let's get into it. Alright. I was 16. Going on 17 in a few months. And, I can't say his name, but he has like, I think like 3 or 4 kids, and he married now, so you know I wouldn't dare say his name, you know what I'm saying?
Yikes.
But let's just say, even when we first met, let me go there. When we first met, I was in the 6th grade. We were both in the 6th grade, and I was just coming out of my ugly duckling stage. You know, every girl gets that ugly duckling stage around 11, 14, you know, kind of come out of it. So I was actually coming out of my ugly duckling stage. But he never really saw ugly duckling stage, if that makes sense. He always liked blooper. He always liked the way that I looked. And it was never really about him always trying to stroke my ego, being like, oh, you're so beautiful, or da-da-da. It was just the fact that he was very smart. You know, I like jocks and geeks. Well, I don't like. That's what attracts to me. So, and basically he was 2 in that. And I remember we were supposed to be doing square dancing. And basically we snuck off to like the utility closet, and we were kissing all day. And then they finally everybody was looking for them. They was like, where's bloop 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 bloop? And we was like, oh, we gonna get caught. Oh, we gonna get caught. So we didn't end up getting caught, but it was just funny because we really didn't, you know, kiss until like, I want to say the 7th or 8th grade, and we had been kind of like talking to each other and found out about each other from the 6th grade, if that makes sense. So this is like our 8th grade year, graduation year, you know, and we just hit it off. He was just like, no, I want you to be my girlfriend. And I'm like, okay, you know. And it was like some
girls want to hear,
you know, like, all right. And he was the tallest. He was the valedictorian of the class. I mean, you know, he was cute. You know what I mean? I'm like, hey, you know, I like a funny looking cute, if that makes sense. Okay, so he looked like Jay-Z to me. Like I said, a funny looking cute, but cute.
Okay.
Oh, forget her.
Look,
anyway,
he had money in the 7th grade.
Money is not what made Jay-Z look a funny looking cute. I didn't say he was cute, like all the way cute. I said a funny looking cute. Y'all act like some of y'all are married to a funny looking cute. When you finish talking, some of y'all are married to some funny looking cutes. And let's be clear, if he didn't marry your fine self, lady, he would still be just a funny looking. Let's be honest. Sometimes women increase the real estate of a man. That's another conversation for another time. Okay. So anyway, back to the story. So basically, that's kind of like our foundation. He was like, he was such a gentleman. He would walk me home from school, you know, things like that. So that kind of lays the path for that. And we had been knowing each other since the 6th grade, but we didn't really start dating, I want to say, till about the 7th grade. He probably would say something different, because when we had this conversation when we was talking back in the day in high school, he was saying, no, we started talking like when we was leaving 6th grade going to 7th. I was like, nah, bruh, it was the 7th grade when I really honestly paid attention to him. Makes sense? So anyway, moving on. So fast forward, I did not, freshman year, he went to a different high school than he went to an all-boys school. So we would still meet up and stuff like that.
Not hoes?
You say what?
I feel like they get the stereotype of being hoes.
Most of his friends were, but he wasn't.
That's good.
Yeah.
He was a wholesome boy.
He was. It still is, you know, whatever. So we end up meeting all the time, but somehow he moved, lost contact. I didn't hear from him for about a year. Right. And my whole sophomore year, I didn't hear from him like that. And then all of a sudden, here come the end of sophomore year. Here he come, calling my phone. And I'm like, who is this? And he was like, you don't know your boyfriend when you hear him? Honestly, I was so happy to hear from him because he had moved away, and I guess so much had happened. He was explaining everything to me. So much had happened that it was just like, I was just happy to hear from him. So we kind of picked up where we left off a little bit, you know what I'm saying? And he was buying me stuff for my birthday and little watches and oh yeah,
I like him.
He was hooking it up. And then he had went to Florida. He was buying me little souvenirs and stuff like that. And so, you know, I'm easy, you know. But he bought me a Tommy Hilfiger watch. Like, you know, that's when Tommy was popping. You know what I'm saying? But I could never get it to work right. So he took it to get it fixed or something. And then he kept trying to give it to me, and I don't think I got it back. But I loved the stopwatch because I was running track at the time. And so he got me one. And boy, this one was a nice one. Okay? Anyway, because that was before, you know, you was getting your cell phone on. You had, you know, your watch was your stopwatch, your work watch, your everything. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, moving on. So basically, we had been doing everything but having sex, you know, because I was just like, I ain't seen this man in about a year, you know what I'm saying, or boy in about a year, and he somehow thinks that we just gone, you know, but he didn't. Honestly, he didn't even ask for anything like that. It was just like so much, you know, kids discovering things. You know, with so much of that going on that we was just both like, okay, so when this gonna really happen? And I found out after we broke up, it was this guy that left the all-boys school. I guess his parents and them was like, we ain't paying no more money for you to go to school. We about to pay for you to go to college. So you going to regular school. Okay, I think his basketball scholarship or something was running out. And he was like, yeah, I know your boyfriend. And I was like, he's not my boyfriend anymore, but what do you mean you know him? And he was like, yeah, you know, he told me that you begging for it.
Oh, hell no.
And I was like, I'm begging for it? Is that how this is going?
Nah.
I'm like, dude, first of all, begging for it? I'm like, I've been knowing this cat since I was 11 years old. Like, if I'm begging for it, we would have been did something. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about to be 17. That was almost 6 years, right? So I'm like, yeah, alright, whatever. So we didn't really do anything, you know what I'm saying? And I had just turned out and turned 16 or whatever, and we didn't really do anything because in my head it was like, I don't even want to deal with that. And we broke up anyway, you know. So I was like, in my head we broke up because we wasn't around each other. And I had
my mom and his mom worked together, and we was like always around each other, whatever like that. But again, he wasn't my first, so we was always around each other. And again, kids gonna be discovering stuff, and I'm just trying to say, body hot, he hot. I'm like, yeah, so we just discovering things, you know what I'm saying? And then finally,
dude, I don't know about this. Maybe, you know, whatever. So I stopped talking to my dude, and I started, you know, I gotta say your name so I can't tell the truth.
Redacted.
I was trying to bleep it out. I was trying to bleep it out. Hopefully it's bleeped out, y'all. Hopefully it's bleeped out, y'all. But anyway, so okay, whatever. So, needless to say, it was slim enough to go in. So he was working it through me and everything. So to me, I'm thinking everything good. I'm like, okay, sex is not bad, you know, whatever. So me and him kind of broke it off because, you know, he just wasn't a go-getter to me at that time. And I was used to all my not all my boyfriends, but my one boyfriend working. So, you know, he always working or playing basketball, doing something. So I'm like, I'm going to get with you. And needless to say, me and Joy ended up talking again. And we both decided to break up because it was just like, I don't see you. I don't really get to spend time with you. And he agreed. He was like, you know, I'm doing basketball, blase, blase. So we decided to, you know, break it off. But again, you know, that breakup sex. So we tried again. It was still painful. So I'm like, wait, it's not painful with the other person. So why is it so painful with them? Maybe something's wrong with my pelvis. Not thinking, dumbass, this is your first doing anything. Of course it hurts. You a virgin. Ain't nothing been up there. What's wrong with you? But a finger? But needless to say, that's my first time. And I guess the story of my first love. And that was it. Now we're going to talk about KGOLDs. And go.
Oh, my first time was drastically different. Let's start there. And I will refer to this man only by his zodiac sign, which is the same as mine, Aries.
Oh.
And that's where I went wrong. Because Aries men, I'm not going to say y'all trash, but basura. Anyway, I don't know, y'all just, I can't take the same traits as me. You can't be as stubborn as me. Somebody has to give. And if I just let me win. I'm spoiled. Anyway, sorry. The Aries. We started off as just being friends. We met through a mutual friend, and I don't know, we just had a special connection. Like, he was so goofy, and I love funny dudes. Like, that is such an attractive quality to me, having humor and being able to make me laugh and just pick up my mood. So I don't know, we just started to hang out more, and we started, I just remember one day he kissed me.
Oh, suck it, man.
I think on the side of my house. I don't even remember how old I was. Probably.
Girl, them beside the building kisses are the best. The hubby, that was our first
15,
kiss.
16, something like that. And I was just like, what the fudge? Like, this dude actually likes me. Like, this is not game. But I was low-key naive. He just wanted sex, guys. I'm gonna cut to the chase.
Well, that's why, don't fantasize.
Quiet as kept. He just wanted the sex, guys. But I thought it was love. Like, oh my gosh. Well, not love, but like puppy love. Like, I was just like, wow, I'm totally into this person. And I thought he was like my best friend. So I thought he wasn't gonna like hurt me at the very least. I thought he was gonna protect my feelings and stuff like that. But that's not quite how it turned out. But let's backtrack a little bit. I remember when I was 16, that's when I finally reached a point of being like, I want to try stuff. So I picked him because I'm like, he is always flirting with me. He's been trying relentlessly. This man done kissed me now. So now I know he's interested. Okay. So we started, you know, doing stuff that wasn't quite it. We didn't get to the it part. But we were on the brink, and you know, the hormones were flaring high. So eventually, I think it was the week before I turned 17. Yours was a few months before you turned 17. Mine was a week before. I remember exactly. And yeah, it was not great. Sorry.
Tell the truth, shame.
You know who you are. It wasn't, but it wasn't bad. Okay, this is what I'll say. In retrospect, it wasn't great. But in the moment, I was like, this is just, oh my God, like I'm living my best life. I'm living in the moment. But in reality, I was on the floor of his grandmother's living room. And also the condom didn't fit, but that's because it was too big.
He was overachiever.
Yeah. So it didn't hurt. It just felt like a lot of pressure.
I probably should have had a moment to realize that if it can't fit in a regular condom, how am I gonna want that to fit in there?
That's a great question.
I'm an overachiever, baby. Go ahead.
So anyhow, basically, we had sex on his grandmother's living room floor, and then eventually moved to the bedroom. There were stages to it. I appreciate his efforts. Because it wasn't bad, because I had never had anything before, so it was actually a decent experience other than being on the floor. But
he liked the floor freaking.
Like I said, I thought I was living in the moment, whatever the fuck that means.
Living in the moment. So did you have any regrets with it?
No, I don't have any regrets, because I felt like at the time he was a stepping stone, like a lesson that I had to learn in my personal life. Because he ended up having a girlfriend that I didn't know about. He went to a different school than me. And when I found out, I did continue to see him for a little bit. But I was, you know, I had a lot of growing to do. I was kind of insecure.
Dang.
But in the words of Miss Trey that Jim, I would have cut the jugular.
These days.
Me, myself.
These days.
These
the
days.
day I am today. You had me sitting anywhere more than 30 minutes.
It's not going down like that.
We ain't playing them hot pancake games.
No, thank you.
Period. So basically, I don't regret my first time. I do sometimes wish that I would have left it for my marriage bed.
Sometimes I feel that way too. But
I'm gonna say this. Let me tell you why I say this. When you are in covenant and you finally make that vow before God and the presence of God show up, it's something that happens to you in the bedroom that you realize what God always was talking about when He say it's worship before Him. And so that part of it all is what made me realize, oh my God, it was a breaking point for me that made me realize, oh my God, I see why He say this is a gift, this is a treasure, this is something that you give to your husband, that your husband then lists before me, and I understand it now. But
the secular part of me,
I ain't understand it then. I didn't want to take it in the marriage bed because I thought it was a form of control, which to some it is still. It's sad, but it's true. What about yourself?
I don't know. I don't regret my first time. Like I said, I feel like it was a stepping stone. I also had, feelings like I wish that sometimes I don't regret it, but sometimes I wish that I had waited because I found someone who, was special to me eventually. And I wish that I could have given that to them because they actually did protect my feelings in some ways more than he did. You know what I mean?
Got it.
But it's all in a learning lesson. You know what I mean?
Yeah, life lessons. You need them.
And we keeps it real here. I'm happy that I'm not going to end up with whack sex when I get married.
I know that's right. Let's just be honest. I just want to be honest. Or I ain't have to be in pain forever. Come on, somebody. But eventually that stuff loosen on up there. Loosen on up, At least he was talking about marriage. Even then, he was talking about marrying his grammar school sweetheart. Never happened. Bruh, what happened? I'm just kidding. I'm very... Anyway, Diamonds, we gonna get on up off here. We done been on here long enough. Another episode of Diamond Talk where you got our first times with your girl Miss Trey That Gym and
Go.
Period. Listen, Diamonds, you are the toughest material on the earth, ladies, and there's none like you. Gents, you're no longer boys when you watch this channel. And to all my dollars, appreciate ya. Mwah. Have joy, love, and be empowered in the 2019. You be blessed.